Hey everyone, it's Jonathan from Motorcycology. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and your support, as always, is greatly appreciated. So in today's video, I'm going to be pressing on the Harmonic balancer back on the C3 Corvette or 350 Chevy engine. And it's not a very difficult job, but you need a few special tools, and it's really useful to see how it's done if this is something that you're deciding to do yourself. So stick around, let's see how it goes, and let's dive into it. There we go. So we have the old Harmonic balancer or vibration damper here. And you know what? It doesn't look too bad other than it's old and greasy. But I did buy a new one as well. So I'm going to open that and check it out. And yeah, I'm kind of happy that I'm not putting this one back on. It does have a few issues, I guess. But we'll check out the new one. What do we have here? It's a harmonic balancer for a 350 Chevy engine from 1992 to 1991. So basically for a good bulk of the C3 Corvettes out there. Well, number one, it's nicely packaged, so these things are pretty heavy. It's like vacuum sucked in this thing. There we go. All right, let's check these out. There's your timing line right there. It's the same one as this one has. Pretty sure I could have used this one again. But I'll put this one on and see how it goes. I like the new one. Keep that as a spare or sell it. You're also going to need either to rent or buy a harmonic balancer puller and installation kit. So in a previous video you saw me use this thing. In this video we're going to use this part, and it basically looks like this. For those of you who are interested, this is the set that I have. It's 648637. It's made by Powerbuilt. It's kit number 12, and it's called the Harmonic Balancer and Puller and Installation Kit. It has everything that you need in here. And I believe I got this off Amazon, and it was probably $60 or less. So I wanted to explain this kit a little bit before I put on the new Harmonic balancer to replace that old one there. So this kit also allows you to remove the Harmonic balancer, and if you saw the video of me removing it, I use this part here and this part here and a couple other of the bolts here to pull that out. So it's a universal kit, and it's meant to fit a whole bunch of different cars, and there's different attachments in there. For the small block Chevy or the Chevy 350 engine, to get the Harmonic balancer pressed on, you're going to need a couple parts. So it just happens that this is one of them. It's a special insert. It's 7/16, and this goes into your crankshaft hole, which is the same spot where your Harmonic balancer goes in. To do it, you have a couple simple tools here, and this one is the main driver, I guess. And inside, at least in this particular model, it's threaded enough to wind this in, like so. And it just allows it to be universally adaptable, I guess. So now you have the main tool with the insert that is going to go into the crankshaft area on the 350 engine. With that, there's also a sleeve here, which I'm going to put in this way, and it allows you to ride on the harmonic balancer without any friction, I guess. So with this nut here, it basically operates this way. It's going to screw on all the way down here. Whoops, wrong way around. It's going to screw on all the way down here, and it's going to press the harmonic balancer into the crankshaft. And you'll know that your harmonic balancer is incorrectly once you're not able to turn this anymore. So once the harmonic balancer kind of bottoms out on the crankshaft area, then you don't have to turn this anymore. And you will need a large crescent wrench for this. So you hold this one as you turn that in, and this will push the harmonic balancer in. So I'm going to show you that on the Corvette. Hey, so just over here getting ready to put in the harmonic balancer in the engine here. So let's get on with that, and I'll show you where I'm working on it. So looking into the engine bay on this Corvette, the dampener is going to go on the crankshaft pulley here. So that's the next step. And I'm going to lube this up. I've seen some people lubricate this up with just grease or lithium grease, but I'm going to try some engine assembly lube for that, just to try something different. I don't think it really matters, so let's get on with getting this thing done. So I'll be lubing the outside of this, the inside of the harmonic balancer, and also the inside of this threaded hole in the crankshaft. The last thing I want is my tool to get stuck in that. Before I put on the harmonic balancer bolt, I don't want the tool to get stuck in there. So let's move ahead with that. All right, so once again, here is the new harmonic balancer here. And let's double check it out. Looks pretty good. It's got the timing mark on it. The shaft looks good. And I'm just going to use some of that assembly lube and put that in, and then get on with installing this. I'm going to use these two tools, larger crescent wrench and smaller crescent wrench. All right, the Permatec Ultra Slick Engine Assembly Lube, I'm going to stick some of that in here. That should be good enough. I'm going to go do the crankshaft hole on that now. Just putting some of this on here. Also greasing up or putting some lube on this guy here. I want to thread that in and get some of the assembly oil in that hole there. That will prevent the tool actually getting stuck in here. Perfect. All right, let's get our stuff out of here that we need. And once again, we're going to need the major piece, which is called the installer. And the adapter bit. This goes all the way in, and this guy here, this is just to be safe. I do not want this to stick inside there. Chances are it won't, but this will just help ensure that it doesn't. So I'm just going to rub that in, set that aside. Next I'll grab the thrust bearing, which is over here, right there. There's the thrust bearing that comes with the kit. And also the nut as well. So I'm just going to get that set up on here. And I'm going to stick the thrust bearing on. Not really too sure which way I want to put it on. Yeah, that's the way I want to put it on. So we're good to go, and let's get that one set up on the car right now. So getting ready to do this, here is the harmonic balancer. You can see that it has a groove in there for the key to go in. The matching spot is down here, so you want to line those things up and just put that in place. So you can see how that fits on. Holding its own weight, it'll give me an opportunity to put the tool in, so I'm going to do that now. So with the tool, you just stick it through here and you line it up with the shaft. I'm going to roll this back a little bit. All right, you can send that in to screw in, and you only want to hand tighten this. Just to be sure, you guys, just hand tighten it. Do not tighten it any harder than that, because you need to get it out afterwards. So that is bottomed out there. This is fully installed. Now it's just a matter of holding this with one crescent wrench and then turning this, and it will press the harmonic balancer in there. I'm going to give you a side picture. All right, here's the side picture. So the tool is in place. The distance here is almost 2 feet, so it's about a good 1.5 feet. The harmonic balancer is sitting on the crankshaft place. This is lined up with the timing, so I'm ready to put this in. This is kind of the front view of the setup. And we're looking at it from the left front fender down onto the timing marks and where the balancer is. So I'm going to press that in and let's see how it goes. All right. This one here is simply to hold it in place. There we go. And you're going to need a relatively big crescent wrench here in order to grab that nut there. So you really just literally turn this guy and you'll see the harmonic balancer go in position. So it's starting to move now, which is great. And you just continue to do this until it feels like it's bottoming out, which in my case is not there yet. All right, once you can't move that any further, it's done, it's in place. So now you can remove the tool. So the balancer is in place, that's great. Looks good, perfect fit. Now I'll show you how to take this out. So now that this is done, you can take this out by simply just moving it this way. And before you know it, you've got no tension on there anymore. And you just take that out. Smooth sailing here. And things are coming out. Oops. And lastly, this part, and that's the most important part to come out. Once you have this out, you can put in the bolt to keep the harmonic balancer on. That is torqued to 60 foot-pounds, by the way. So this is the other part that dropped. Everything's good. Just going to put this away and I'll come back and tighten that up. I'm now right in the process of getting ready to put this pulley on the Corvette, and this will go in front of the harmonic balancer. So this is the main bolt here. This washer is going to go through here. That's going to go into the crankshaft, and these three little bolts here are going to attach here and then go into the dampener as well. So that's it. I'm going to go head out there and get this done. So we're back down here again. I'm going to put the pulleys on here, and just to highlight, these three holes here are threaded. So those are for the bolts that will keep the pulley on. These three bolts don't get torqued on very tightly, somewhere around 20 to 30. The center one is only torqued at 60 foot-pounds. So I'm going to put that one in first and then line these ones up. So with this pulley, it's just a matter of lining it up in there, like so, and those holes should line up inside there. So I've got it lined up. Now I just have to put in these guys here. Hand tighten. Stick that one in. Cannot see that space, so I'm going to use a mirror here to help me locate it. All right, everything is hand tightened. Now I can tighten it up and torque it. So this bolt here is a 5/8, and I'm just going to tighten that up with the wrench right now. I'm not doing it too tight. That gets torqued at 60 foot-pounds. And then these little guys here are 20 to 30. And the size of these are 9/16. The other one up here somewhere. There we go. Let's continue. There we go. That's 60. 5/8 at 60. These ones here are all torqued around, I'm going to do 25. Split the difference. These ones are 9/16 bolts. I'm just going around the pulley here, doing these 3 bolts and just torquing them between 20 and 30, so around 25 works well for this. And we're good. And I want to rotate this back if I can. There's the final product there. Got the harmonic balancer in and good to go. Lined up, ready for the next step. So this pulley powers things like the power steering pump and things like that, which I'll be working on real soon. Hey everyone, that concludes the video on putting on the harmonic balancer back on that C3 Corvette. So everything is looking good. It went on no problem, and I'm happy that I did that. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If not, to learn something new or just to reaffirm that you already knew what you're doing, or if nothing else, a little bit of entertainment along the way as well. So thanks for sticking around. I really wanted to thank everyone for watching these videos and subscribing. If that's something that you're interested in doing, I certainly appreciate it. And other than that, we'll see you right back here next time.